Hey everybody, this is Troy Alexander, Inspiration with Troy Alexander. I am so excited tonight. We have an amazing guest. But listen, before we get to her, listen, every time we come on this broadcast, we encourage you, my goodness, to hold on to that goal and never give up on your dream. Our motto is dream. Take that step and walk with purpose into your destiny. Listen, y'all, this is about holding on and believing that something greater is coming your way. Listen, stay connected with us. We're on Facebook, Troy Alexander. Listen, we are on Instagram at Troy Alexander Photo. You know I love taking pictures. And also on YouTube, Inspiration with Troy Alexander. Just one point of purpose before we introduce this amazing guest that we have tonight. Listen, I thought about the caterpillar. It has to know, even at birth, that something greater is about to take place. Listen, it turns into the butterfly. So somehow inside, it has to know that change is coming. And so should you. You have to know that something greater is destined for your life, no matter what it looked like at the moment, but something greater. Listen, y'all, but tonight, we have an amazing guest. I want to introduce Deanna Lima Richmond. Listen, she is a DJ. My goodness, disc jockey for the Harlem Globetrotters, known as DJ D Vibes. Listen, her journey now takes her all over the world. She is the first international female DJ for the Harlem Globetrotters. Y'all, I said it, the first international female DJ. Listen, she has recorded several R&B, pop, Afrobeat songs with her EP, Auspicious. Come on, y'all, on various music outlets. Listen, her journey has included modeling, as y'all can see, and acting. Listen, y'all, also, in becoming a DJ, it began in Portugal. Can't wait to talk about that journey, y'all. Listen, a quote, "Music is still one of my passions. I look forward to continuing to release songs in the near future as an independent artist." You can connect with her IG, my goodness, at Isjustdeanna, bio.site //Isjustdeanna. Let's welcome Deanna Lima Richmond. How are you, Deanna?
What's good, everyone?
Oh my goodness. Listen, y'all, otherwise known as DJ D Vibes. And that's how we're going to reference the greatness of who she is
That's right.
at this moment. Listen, I got to ask you, when do you think that you fell in love with music?
I have to say it will be before I started walking, honestly.
Wow.
My mom told me that I would crawl to the coffee table and just grab it and just stand up and just dance and wiggle. And that's where all the music came from. And also my father, he loved music. He would have his boombox or his CD playing with him no matter where he was at. So honestly, that's where everything started.
I love that. I love that. Listen,
I dance before I walk.
Listen, I'm telling you, I dance before I walk. I like that. Come on. Oh my goodness. Listen, I gotta ask you, not only do you DJ, but you sing. Yeah, y'all, I said it, she sings too. I'm talking like, listen, that's double, like double platinum, double. Come on, y'all. Listen, so what do you want the audience, like when you're singing or you're doing your DJ, what do you want them to feel when you are in that space?
Well, as a singer, I hope my audience just connect with my music on a personal level.
Wow.
And as a DJ, I hope that mostly, they feel good. They having a good time when they see me DJing. And it's nothing like having someone come up to you saying, "You had me dancing all night."
Wow. I love that. And that has to just be such a powerful moment to hear the vibration. Oh my goodness. To hear the vibration.
Yes.
The audience.
Yes.
Come up to you and say, "Listen, you inspire me. I moved to what you did." Come on, DJ. Listen, yes. I can only imagine what that feels like.
Oh, it's a blessing. Yes. It's so funny. I was in Mexico and a young lady, I honestly got emotional. She came up to me, and of course they're Hispanic, so I was playing their music, and she came up to me and usually they love to give. And when she came up to me, she gave me like this lovely skull, because they big on, skulls over there. And she just handed it to me. She said, I want to give this to you because you are the energy of the room. You had us dancing. It was so much fun. And I had to personally give this to you. And it was knitted. So she knitted and handed to me. And that gave me chills.
Wow.
And that right there, I realized I'm doing something right.
Wow. 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 Listen, I'm all I can say is you are an inspiration.
Thank you so much.
Listen, y'all, I told her before the show, and I'm gonna tell her, oh, you are such an inspiration to so many. And
so much.
there are seeds that you've planted with your music and with your authenticity of who you are, and just being real, and you're giving the permission to others to do the same.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Listen, I have to ask you, like, how does one even hear about, hey, there's an opening to become a DJ for the Harlem Globe? Like, how did you even learn about it? And then how did you even know that you were ready for that level of fame, that level of space? How did you know that it wasn't too big for you?
Honestly, one thing, God.
Wow.
God just moves you in a place that you just never know when you need it.
Wow.
I'm big on God, and I'm big on manifestation. I'm good. Not good. I pray about what I want for myself, and this opportunity, it was just like, are you serious, God? Like, is this what you want your daughter to do?
Wow.
And everything, how it started was, my dad was a head coach for the Washington Generals, by the way. My uncle was a referee for the Harlem Globetrotters.
Wow.
And I remember just sitting with my father, just talking about actually having him to go back, because this was around COVID. And I asked him, I said, Pops, why don't you go back with the Harlem Globetrotters? And he had his reasons. And I decided to just go online, and I saw the positions. I saw the head coach, the DJ, the MC. And my first instinct was the MC position. And then, we were just talking. And then a week later, I was like, you know what? Let me look at it again. I saw the DJ position. The MC was off the list. And I was like, you know what? I am starting to get better in DJing. Maybe I should go for the position. And he was like, my dad just lit up the room, was like, are you serious? I said, you know what, Dad, why not? He said, yeah, you only got to press some buttons. I was like, oh my God. And we was just talking and just vibing, just thinking the idea of working together.
Oh my goodness.
Not many know, I just lost my father in October of this year. So just having that moment and energy and to see where I'm at now is remarkable.
Wow.
I applied for the position. A month later or two, I got the phone call and went through the interview. And probably the next day, not even 24 hours, they said I got the position.
Wow. 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 Listen, y'all. Listen, she is the DJ D-Vibe for Harlem. Listen, y'all, the famous Harlem Globetrotters. Yes. I mean, I remember them when I was a kid.
Yes.
It is just, I mean, to what was that moment like? I know it's not in there, but what did that feel like when you got was it a call or an email?
It was definitely that phone call. The email was just a stepping stone. But once you go through the interview and through the process of talking to someone within that organization, my emotions went through the roof. I was just, obviously after the phone call, I just started getting emotional, and I went straight to my dad and told him the news, and he was just like, wow.
Wow. Wow.
He was amazed. He was super proud of me.
Wow.
And of course, my mom as well.
Yeah.
She just held me so tight, and I said, Mom, I can't believe it. Out of all the DJs, out of all people that apply for it,
Yes.
God opened this door for me. Come on.
Yes. I felt that, DJ D vibes. I felt out of all.
Out of all.
You.
You know how many people is in this world?
Come on now. Listen, I'm don't have me go to David now. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people think there's an order of how things, and I'm like, oh, I'm at the bottom. I'm not. I shouldn't even be considered.
No.
But when God has an assignment, when God, it changes the game.
It changes a whole lot, and I was super honored that he looked at me and was like, "This is for you, my daughter," and I'm so, like, just talking about it is super overwhelming because it's like, wow, out of all people. And I'm not giving, no credit I'm giving also credit to my dad that he allowed me to even get to that point for me to make, I think I'm good enough. Why can I not apply for it?
Yes.
And, and it's just crazy how that moment shifted for me to wanting him to come back. And then for me to be a part of it was a miracle.
And for him to witness it.
Yes. That was also amazing for him to witness it, for him to be a part of it, for him to come see me. It was a blessing. It was a true blessing.
And how as you just said, your ask of him was actually a door for you.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. 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 Oh my goodness. So listen, I gotta ask you, in your bio, I read how there was a moment where you went back to Portugal, for spending time with your grandmother, and oh my goodness, and that is what inspired this passion in. Can you share about that moment?
So I didn't mean to interrupt you, by the way. I know you was finishing about that moment. My parents actually decided to relocate it in Portugal. And because my maternal grandmother, she was having some health challenges, and part of doing her age, she is 91, God bless her.
Bless.
I always loved Portugal. I was born and raised in Porto, and we was located in Barcelos, just more in the south. And I decided to go with them and spend time with my grandmother because I felt like this was the time for me to get closer to her. And obviously it was in Portugal, and that passion of being a DJ started with my aunt. She's a DJ. Her name's DJ Spinderella. Shout out to my auntie.
Shout out to auntie.
Shout out to her, as being around her and starting messing with the DJ equipment, and that's where it honestly started. I always was into music, but to see a DJ board and to think about, like, wow, all these buttons and the vinyl and all of that, I'm just like, how can they create something so, like going off one song to the next? I just thought that was super thrilling. Like, it was just a thrilling feeling. And also then I went to a professional school back in Porto. It's called Pro DJ. And I started taking it more seriously. And I just knew I wanted to be a DJ. And it was just a great way to, play my own music as well as an artist.
I love it. Yes.
So I was like, 1, 2, okay, I could add it all together. And I thought that, with all of that, was just a great journey to just start off with,
Listen, I'm telling you, DJ D Vibe, I'm seeing a pattern here. I'm seeing a pattern of you wanting to inspire your father.
Yes.
And the door opens for you.
Yes.
See where you want to support and be there for your grandmother.
Yes.
And then you get connected, and then you with your aunt, with the
yes.
So I'm seeing this heart of yours.
Yes.
For others.
Yes.
And because you care for others and want to see them be better and do better and be that there's a door that way That's meant for you. So I mean, it's wonderful. I'm so grateful that you decided to walk in those doors, right? Because I can only imagine, like you said, like me, like but thank goodness you went and you applied and you. So thank you for the courage.
Yes, it's all about having faith and
Yes.
also taking a leap of faith.
Oh, come on
It's
now.
two things now. Now, come on now. It's
Yes.
two different things, taking leap of faith. And honestly, if it wasn't for that conversation, if it wasn't for me praying, if it wasn't for the leap of faith, if it wasn't part of the struggle as well as going through all of that, I can imagine where I would be right now mentally.
Right.
So thank God that I had faith through it all, even through the process, because it was a process, but that's with any job. Come on.
Yes. Well, listen, I'm so glad you took the leap of faith because your leap is lifting others. Your leap is encouraging others. Your leap is bringing smiles and joy to others. So thank you, DJ Divi. We appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Listen, I have to ask you because I'm not going to ask you to sing. I'm not going to do that on the live, but I did read in your bio where you didn't feel that you had a good voice.
Yes.
But somebody encouraged you, which I think is wonderful. But tell us about the importance of your space, about having positive influences around you, because if we're not careful, people can take that dream away.
Oh, absolutely. You gotta be
Take
careful
that
with
belief
your
away.
energy. You have to be careful with your energy.
Yes.
Also with your goal.
Yes.
And dreams and everything that you can imagine and what you think that you have strength, you gotta protect it.
Wow.
You have to protect that joy or somebody can take it away. And, I'm just super grateful that I took care of it, But
yes.
to answer your question, as a kid, I just enjoy singing, but I never thought that my voice was good enough, obviously. I feel like any artist can say that. But being the daughter of a basketball player, I was more exposed to basketball. Around 15, I was with some family and friends, and without realizing, I was singing along. It was a show on TV, and they were singing. And from there, someone told me that I had a voice. And I'm like, okay, sure, all right. And then, more than one person kept saying it. And I was like, you know what? I should try this.
Okay.
I was like, let me try to give a try. And from that moment, I said, why not?
Wow. Wow. Why not, y'all? Listen, DJ D-Vibe just said, why not? Why not?
I mean, it's just a matter of, just going for it and trying and then figure out if that's not for you, it's not for you. On to the next dream.
I love it. I'm just, it's I love your strength.
Thank you.
I love your perseverance.
Thank you.
I love your ability to knock on the door. And if even nobody answers, I'm gonna knock again, or but I'm not gonna stop knocking. And so thank you for just being a demonstration of strength and just of faith, of what faith can do, taking a leap of faith. Yes. Thank you, DJ. I gotta ask you because I read where you've traveled, and not traveled, you've lived in several countries in Europe growing up. For a lot of young people, that can be very difficult, right? In terms of not having stability in whether with friends or whether school or just their space growing up. Do you feel that this had an impact in any way upon your expression of your gift, whether music or DJing? But how did this impact you becoming who you are?
I honestly had to adapt. You know, sometimes you have to
Wow.
adapt your environment.
Yes.
It definitely had a huge impact on the person I am today. And on the music side, me just being exposed to different music and different culture honestly made me appreciate more on other kind of music. You know, people have the tendency, oh, hip hop, jazz, R&B, but only on this side of the world. But it's so much music on other, platforms that you just don't realize.
Wow.
And it's so funny. I don't really talk about this. I was in Portugal and I was sitting down. My grandmother had this little small TV. It was white and black. You already know where I'm going with this.
Uh-huh.
But she didn't have many channels.
Right.
So I had one Indian channel, one was nature, and mind you, this is Portuguese. So, but the Indian channel, it was Indian. And I was like, you know what? I got nothing better to do. So I was watching the Indian show. And once they started singing, I just lost my mind. The way they was dancing, the way they was just, it was all in the shoulders and the music, it just lifted me in a different environment. I was just like, this whole time,
Mm.
you focus on one concept of music, but there's so much.
Wow.
And from me listening to Indian music, I started listening to Chinese music. I started to listen to Italian music, French music. It just wows me that everybody, is not just one specific sound.
Right.
It's so much more. It's so
Wow.
much more out there.
Wow.
And I always encourage people to like, yeah, people need to travel.
Yeah.
People need
Right.
to explore more because you just never know what
No.
will learn.
Wow. So you're telling us the exposure actually spread forth your roots
Yes,
that allowed you to have even greater depth so that when you went forth, oh my goodness, that you were able to not only appreciate the others, but be even more well-rounded because
yes,
you presented your voice.
yes.
My goodness.
Hey, it got me to become an international DJ, right? So hey, that's
Yes.
what I say. Everything happens for a reason. So I'm
Yes.
just grateful that I was able to appreciate other quality of music
Yes.
because now if I'm doing my own research, I want to know what kind of, I want to play their music,
Right,
so I
right,
try
right,
to make sure it's very diverse everywhere I go and not focus on one specific quality of music.
right. So you're telling me that the limitations in the amount of channels that the TV has, that actually broaden your horizon even the more.
Exactly.
Come on now,
Ain't
Gina.
that it? Come on. Are you serious?
Wow. So so
Yeah.
so that limitation actually expanded who you were.
Yes.
My goodness. Okay.
Yes.
All right. All right. Listen, y'all. I'm excited, y'all. So I'm trying to contain my excitement because to have this honor to meet this amazing and to share her with the world, at least the world I know of, anyway. But not international. So my show's not international, but it's getting there, y'all. But I'm just honored that you. I mean, every moment seemed to have poured into you.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And I feel like that's with everything we do in life.
Yes.
You meet people for a reason and a
Yes.
season. And a
Yes.
season. Come
Oh
on,
wow.
let's preach.
Come on, DJ G Vibes. For
All
a
right
season.
now. We meet people for a reason and for a
Okay.
season.
That's right.
That's why you hear reason season because hey, they sound the same, right? So at the end of the day, you have to pour into things
Yes.
or you're going to just never develop or you just prefer not to learn new things. So I'm just grateful that I had the opportunity to
Wow.
branch out the way I did. I'm glad that my father and my mother had the experience that they had to allow me to appreciate
Yes.
other things.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, listen, I want to applaud And the whole family, because you have taken in so much, and you have taken it and you have grown, you have soared. And guess what, y'all? She ain't finished yet.
I know.
This ain't even the beginning of what
Not at
God
all.
has for her. Listen, I can't wait to see what's next for you, DJ.
I can't wait too.
I love it.
God knows it, but I ain't there. I don't know it yet, but you
Listen,
know, yeah.
well, I know it's coming. I know something great is coming. I know that. So just mark this. What's the day this is? December 23rd, 2024. Mark something greater.
Yes.
Coming for you. And
yes.
And that's a declaration. So that's already good. So,
Amen.
so you know.
Uh-huh.
Listen, I gotta and you've gone through so many experiences. I wanted to ask you about the unfortunate, as you described it, because I don't want to put work, but the unfortunate injuries in sports. You were playing basketball, and it seemed like, from what you shared with me, that it was during that period of time that you began to explore other artistic gifts, and that's kind of when that began to sort of grow a little bit further from that seed that was already planted somewhere deep down in you from the beginning. But can you share with us, did music help you through that time of injury, and what did that do for you during that time?
It was after the injury. So when I had my second ACL, second knee surgery, during my transition to college, and my basketball aspiration faced a setback. Although I had chances to play the college level, even overseas, I had the opportunity to talk to somebody to play for my country. But the fear of knee surgery, it kind of loomed a little bit, So my mother, man, she's such a flower, man. She had once before the injury, after the injury, but before music and acting, all of that, my mother encouraged me to do modeling. She suggested that I take a break from basketball and considering modeling, to shift, just to shift my focus, because basketball was such a part of my journey. So I decided to give it a try, and the positive feedback went phenomenal. I have done New York City Fashion Week. I have done Atlantic City Fashion Week. I have done Boston Fashion Week. I've done so much with modeling, and I've done so much with photos, photography, and I'm super amazed of how that actually transitioned to my focus. And I definitely give her the glory, because I was really troubled mentally, because basketball was mentally it for me at that time. So the fact that she switched my focus, it definitely, it moved on from the basketball world. And also I went for a tryout, I believe. I can't recall. I think it was Wilmington. University. I had a scholarship. And after my knee surgery, my father took me there. I went for it. And right at the end, I kind of like just fell on the floor, or I must have went in the car and just like burst out. And I was like, I'm tired. I was like, I don't know if my niece can do this. Like, I was just, those girls can play. I don't think I'm ever gonna get off the bench. I was just thinking about all these things, and I'm just like, I don't know. And my father was like, I think that, you should think about doing something else. And it kind of hurt me, obviously, but I was like, you know what?
Right.
Both of my parents are very supportive, and I was grateful that they gave me their opinion.
Wow.
And you know what? I was like, those injuries really ultimately led me to discover a neutral of my artistry
Right.
talents in ways I might not have otherwise. Like I would never have discovered those other talents if it wasn't through that experience. And I'm just super grateful that I had two parents that,
Yes.
guide me through that. Because obviously, as we kids, we think that we know it all and all of that good stuff. So the fact that I was able to take the time and listen to them and also listen to my body, because
Mm.
that's important. And I was just like, okay, it's time for a new route.
Wow. DJ D Vibes, I gotta ask you if I can just go one more step on that point.
Absolutely, go for it.
Um, how did you, was it a quick transition for you? Because I know how so many people, especially young people, they put so much into one lane,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's sports or acting or this, and something happens and it changes that
Yes.
trajectory. Did it take you like, did you take time, like did it take a long time for you to be like, okay, that's not it now, and now let me try? Because I can only imagine what the emotional process was to go like, because that was your dream, right? That
Yes.
was your, and then to shift. I'm like, how did you process? Like, how did you really, like, was it just a lot of self-talk? Was it a lot of talks with mom and dad? Was it time alone? How did you get from that moment to say, you know what? Let me try modeling
Right.
because I'm saying, like, what was that transition really like for you?
Oh, it was extremely hard. From me becoming a basketball player, especially a tomboy, I was never into being flashy or being extremely girly. I never was into dresses. And for my mom to be, oh, my mom was on me. She was like, at least try, at least try and then figure out if you like it or not. She didn't force it on me, but she said, at least try, because you just never know. And once I tried it, I went for a photo shoot. Oh my God. Um, I went for a photo shoot. And once I put the makeup on and put the wardrobe on, and I was like, okay,
Wow.
this is a lot for me. But once I took that first shot
Yes.
and
Yeah.
they showed me the picture,
Wow.
I was like, wow, who is that? And from there, it just sparked that interest. I was like, okay, this might be a little future that I can transition.
I love
um,
it.
so
I love it.
my mom, once again, I really had a great support system, especially my mom. She was just like, all right, let's do it. So she would reach out to like managers and photographers and um places where I can go for, the runway and like hey, I'm giving a shout out to Momager. So my mom was like always looking up stuff for me.
Yes.
And I was so grateful for that because I obviously didn't know where to start. So
Right.
she would just position me because she was an actual model as well in
Okay.
her years.
Yes. Go, mom.
And yeah. So I was grateful that she was able to coach me. She coached me, she
Wow.
guided me.
Wow.
She tells me do's and don'ts,
Yes.
obviously. And be mindful and be careful who you connect with, because not everybody has your best interest.
That's true.
So I was just grateful that she just directed me. And that's how I started with the whole AC Fashion Week. I think I have done AC Fashion Week for like, I think 3, 4 times. And it's funny because even to this day, they still want me to come back. And I'm like, whew, I ain't that small like I used to be now.
Oh my goodness. Listen,
So,
you are still a supermodel. That's all I know.
thank
And
you.
I don't
Thank
know
you.
if your mother is still your momager now, but if she is, hi mama, please let DJ D Vibes do a photo shoot with me. So please tell her you gotta do a photo shoot with Troy Alexander.
It's gonna take a whole lot of. It's gonna definitely take a whole lot of encouragement to do that.
Oh my goodness. Oh
And
my.
it's so interesting. I did, I went for QVC. I assume you know QVC is like a TV network. I
Yes.
um I applied for a few things, didn't really had any opportunity, or gigs, that's the terms I want to use. I didn't really have any gigs lined up. And then I had an opportunity to do a photo for Bosco's.
Yes.
Bosco's
Yes.
and
Yes. Yes. Yes.
um I remember my dad took me, we took that nice little road trip, went to Bosco's, and I did a photo shoot, and I was on their newspaper and and their website. So I was just like, wow,
Wow.
this is really interesting. If I didn't trust
Wow.
the person,
Mm.
if I didn't allow her to open up this different side of me, imagine where I would have been.
Mm.
So that, yeah, and she
Wow.
constantly encouraged me. And one time I was like, I'm done with modeling, Mom. I can't do this no more. I'm tired of taking pictures and it's just on my Facebook. And I was like, I'm done. I'm done doing free stuff. So I was like, I can't do this no
I hear
more.
that. I hear that.
And then she's like, okay, what else you think you can be doing? Acting came along.
Wow.
Yes, acting came along. Um, I never forget this trip. A friend of mine, her name is Elisa. Shout out to Elisa. She's a real good friend of mine, and she took me on a trip to Hollywood.
Mm.
But I was just there to support her. I was not expecting anything of it. We landed, went through, I can't recall, it was some type of showcase or I forgot what it was. Excuse me on that. Um, there was someone that she directed me to. His name was Carlton Clay. He told me about a skit,
Okay.
and it was called Forever and Always. So if you guys want to look up Carlton Clay, Forever and Always. You will see.
Wow.
You will see a bunch of people sitting in the couch. I'm right in the middle. I'm the light skinned one.
Oh my God.
Um, and it's about a man is torn of what his heart wants.
Mm.
It's really, I'm not even going to tell what it's about because I
Okay.
want people to watch it,
Yes,
obviously.
please.
But that right there, I was like, okay, acting it is what it is. I
Wow.
went for certain gigs, got it, not got it, and then it kind of just died down. And then music came in along. Music came right after that.
Well, you are not only a triple, I want to say threat, but a triple, quadruple. Oh my
Yes.
goodness. You just listen, it's but I love how the greatness of you has been you were willing.
Yes.
You were willing. So if you told mama, no, I don't want to do modeling. I don't think
Yeah. No.
after basketball, then where would your journey have taken you? If the friend didn't say, "Hey, let's go to Hollywood," hey, where would you be? Where? But thank you for being willing to explore something greater about who you are that you might not even have thought about.
At all.
But somebody else said, "Hey, DJ D Vibes, I think you okay." And I love that because so then I got to ask you this because even in the DJ world, um, at any point because you're so willing to take what somebody deem risks or opportunity, whatever you want to call them. But did you ever doubt that even in the music world that you would be something great in that world?
Obviously, we all have that mentality. We doubt ourselves all the time. I'm always on top of myself. I always overdo it and overthinking stuff. And
Mhm.
the fact that, I trusted God through all of this.
Wow. Wow.
Honestly, I give him all the glory.
Yes.
And if it wasn't for him to just continue to move me, continue to shift me, just like a
Wow.
book, like a chapter, if
Uh-huh.
he didn't continue to give me those chapters, you
Yes.
know, I could have been easily say, you know what, forget it. I don't want to go through this. It's too much work. If it's too much work, you know.
Yeah.
But I feel like everybody would have done it. But you know, it's really the consistent of me just going forward. You know what? I see something new. I'm gonna go for it.
Yes.
All right, let me try it. Okay,
Yes.
it ain't working. All right, peace out. Let me go to the next one. You know, it's just like any door that's going to continue to open for you. You
Yeah.
either take it or you don't.
Wow.
It's
Wow.
just like anybody going to keep saying yes and yes and no's. If you're
Mm.
going to allow no's take over, you ain't going. You just it's not for you because you're
That's
just
right.
going to stay stuck.
Absolutely.
And I
Well,
had tons of no's. And I am grateful for those no's. Okay?
wow.
Do you understand that? To anybody
Wow.
that's listening, I am grateful for those no's
Yes.
because you just don't know. You might be praying for something that just not meant for you.
That's right.
It's meant
You
for
said
somebody else.
seasons. Come on now.
Seasons. So I'm just super blessed that, that I just kept going. Honestly, that's it. Kept going.
Well, we're so glad you did
Uh,
because you are going all over the world.
Exactly.
Listen, y'all, I
Bless.
saw I saw a post that she put up recently with all these dates. I'm like,
Oh my God.
yeah, DJ D5,
Woo!
you are literally going all around the world.
Yes, I am.
And,
I
and
really am.
did you ever envision that?
Not at all.
Wow.
It's so funny that you even brought it up because my younger days. That's funny. I always envisioned myself traveling, but I just didn't know how to get there.
Wow.
and
Wow.
and I mean, obviously at a young age, my father, played basketball, so I had those opportunities to travel the world. But as you're adult now, you're an adult world, so you're trying to figure out,
Yeah.
what can make you happy and travel the world, obviously. And I feel like that's everybody's goal. Some of us, some people, they like their own comfort. But I thought flight attendant was the only option. I even applied for it. I went for
No, you
it.
didn't, DJ D vibes.
Oh my God, I
No, you
went
did
for
not
it.
apply
Yes,
to be
I
a flight
did.
attendant.
I sure did. I said I feel like it's the only option for me, so let me just try to get in there.
Wow.
Once again, no's. Nope. Nope. Sorry. We went for nope. Okay. I said, all right. All right. I said, God, okay, I guess that dream ain't coming true, but I'm gonna continue to manifest it.
But look where it is now.
And look where it got me.
Wow. Literally around the world.
Like, who would have thought?
Doing what you love. Come on. I can't, nobody can make this up. It's
You
real.
can't.
Go see the post, y'all. I just saw the post on her page. Yes, she's traveling the world with the Harlem Globetrotters. That's what I'm talking about.
The alignment that God just places you, like, it's just imagining, like, it gives me chills because it's like you have to think like it's hard to think like this. I this was years ago, obviously. I think probably like when I was 22. I am 31. And no shame in my age. I'm grateful. Um, Around that time, I went for a position that I only thought would allow me to travel. And God said, I got you, daughter, but just be patient with me.
Oh, wow.
Be patient with me.
Yes.
I had to go, sometimes we have to go through every level of our life to get where we need to be.
Come on now.
And I am extremely amazed. I am extremely amazed and I am extremely blessed that if it wasn't for the trials,
yes,
and the rise and the hills and the mountains, I wouldn't be where I'm at.
Wow. Wow. Through the injuries,
Through it all.
through the disappointments,
Yes.
through the life-changing course adjustments. We talked about adjustment before the show, life-changing adjustments, being able to adjust and know that there's a purpose coming out of this.
You have to adjust.
Wow.
Because if you don't, you're literally going to be stuck. And if you constantly continue to look at that one door in front of you,
wow,
you missing out everything else that God has in storage for you. Yeah.
Listen, he gonna open up the windows.
Oh,
Right, the door, it'll be a window.
he cracking the door right now. Where you at?
Come on now.
he cracking the
I hear
door
him knocking right now. I love it. I love it. Listen, I very not too many people really enjoy the spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because what happens is when the spotlight is on, whether you're on stage, whether you're in front of the camera, it makes us vulnerable.
Yes.
How have you been able to maintain, if you feel you have, your level of authenticity of who you are? Because sometimes we change.
Oh, yes.
When the spotlight comes on, I'm like, we go into this other thing, like that's not really who I am. But how have you accepted this space, and also feel as though, I mean, because again, listen, to be exposed, to be vulnerable, but how do you maintain who you are in those spaces?
It takes a lot of just learning yourself. It takes a lot of how can I position myself and also have my mental capacity. Like it's important now.
Yes.
Your mental is very important. Your health is important, and for me to just separate those two things, it takes a lot of just like one thing I learned while I was on the road: enjoy the moments.
Wow.
It took a person for me to realize that, because I was so caught up with work. I'm with this big organization. I'm trying to do my best to the best. So when somebody told me, like, enjoy the moment.
Wow.
Because you can literally miss out everything around you.
Wow.
I'll never forget, I'll be on a bus and I'll just be working. I have my nice little DJ board, use my computer. I'll take that time to, focus on things. And one time I just put it to the side and just looked out the window.
Wow.
And I looked at the trees. I looked at the sun. I looked at the river. And I just automatically start praising God. Because we allow ourselves to just maintain work and lose sight of ourselves and lose sight of what is around us. So the fact that I just was like, okay, I just looked out the window. I think I counted a few trees, but I was trying to count a few trees, but I was just super grateful to be in this position.
I can only imagine what it feels like to be in a space that was destined for you.
Yes.
But I love the fact to enjoy the moment.
Yes.
See the moment.
Yes.
Right. And sometimes we're going. Wait a minute. I need to witness this.
Yeah.
So I can tell this.
Yes, because life is so short.
Yes.
And now that life just flashes you by, just honestly, if I didn't look outside and see those trees just moving faster and faster, the river, the cows and the sun, if I didn't take the time to look at that, I would have missed out on it.
Wow.
So that's how I interpret that with life.
Yes.
If you don't take the time to just appreciate what's around you, you might just lose it. Then you might lose the moment.
Wow. Listen, I don't know if DJ D Vibes is about to write a book. I don't know if that's coming out soon, but all of these moments, right? Just breathe and appreciate the moment.
And to pick up on what you was asking me regarding like the spark, and I don't even use those words. I feel like everybody is this destined to be who they are. They destined to we all stars. I don't look at myself, oh, I'm a star now. I'm coming in with woom wow way, whatever. No, I am humble. I am here
Yes.
to keep my legacy alive. I am here to do God's work. I
Yes.
am here to do my job, my duties, and continue to grow. So
Yes.
the fact that I'm in this presence of this big, beautiful organization that have taken me somewhere that I never could imagine.
Wow. Wow.
So the fact that I'm there, I don't see that as a star. I don't claim myself as a star. I don't claim myself this big showboat. I claim myself as, I'm trying to find a word for it, but I just claim myself as Deanna, Lima, Richmond, doing God's work. That's how I want to say it. Yeah, that's exactly how I'm gonna say it. Yep.
Beautiful, beautiful,
I ain't taking
beautiful.
it back.
Listen, I'm here sitting here. I'm like, and that is the reason why the blessings will continue to grow through you.
Amen.
And all I know is I love the humility about you. I love the realness about you.
Thank you.
I'm grateful for that because those are the essence where I can't manufacture that.
Yeah,
Right.
you can. It's not something you can be taught.
Right. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's not something that you can be taught.
Right.
It's part of the experience. It's part of your journey.
Yes.
It's part of, I swear to God, I really don't know where this is coming from, but it's just amazing how I operate certain things. Like, the fact that before we even start this, I told you I was nervous. I don't like talking about myself. I don't want to say nothing, but at the end of the day, I'm really
Yes, you did,
blessed.
y'all. Mm-hmm.
I sure did, and I'm
Yeah.
blessed that, you know, even without having to talk about myself, I'm talking about life just in general.
Yes.
And that's what it's really about. It's not really about me. It's about, it's more about, it's life. It's literally
Yes.
life.
It is
It's
life.
the journey. It's
It
the
is.
the the concept of like, go
Yes.
for it.
Yes.
You never know. You never know.
Never knew, y'all. You heard it from her. I'm telling her, #1 bestseller coming out soon. Oh my
All
goodness.
right now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Listen, I declare things. We speak things into the atmosphere. Yes, we do.
Exactly.
Listen, I gotta, you talked about mental health earlier and a mindset.
Yes.
What impact, if any, has social media had upon this journey of yours? Because I know I can only imagine, right? You got people who are happy for you, they applaud you. Others may
Mm-hmm.
not be so happy. Have you been impacted in any way, positive or negative? But in terms of how do you um, allow the social media platform to engage with who you are?
Well, social media.
Yeah.
We do live a time that social media can make you or break you.
Mm.
Um, I am very capable of taking Jesus, I couldn't say the word, constructive feedback. I'm very good at that. Um, Sometimes I'm really good at dismissing it.
Mm.
And what is not constructive, also you have to be mindful as well.
Mm.
I just don't allow it to interfere with me and my journey. I'm pretty hard on myself already, so y'all can keep the comments.
Wow.
um, and I know that, I can always do something better for myself than anyone else. You know
Wow.
what I'm saying? I keep my circle so tight.
Mm. Hear that?
Not two hands, one
Right.
hand.
Right.
Barely five fingers. I keep God first, family second, and me third, honestly.
Wow. 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 Listen, I just know that there's so much that you are giving
Mm-hmm.
um to others and to the world. And I'm just inspired by you. I am
Thank you.
in all of you and all of who you are. And just I can't wait to see what's next for you. because I know there is so much more destined for your life, and I can't
Absolutely.
wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. Listen, I gotta ask you, for somebody to say, what are some of the key characteristics, some of the key elements of your journey of who you are? What that's so much, you know what? I want to rise to that level, to that plateau. What would be some of the key characteristics that you think has helped you be who you are today that could potentially help somebody else?
Find yourself first.
Wow. Wow.
Um, you have to find yourself to be able to take the world in your hands.
Wow.
Ooh, I don't know where that came from now. Okay. Who
Yes.
that?
Yes.
Doing?
Yes.
What you doing?
Yes.
You have to take care of yourself to be able to explore energies. I'm big on energy. So you have to be mindful what you put out, what you put in. You have to be mindful of the people around you. Not everybody are there for you,
True.
you know? So I'm such a giver. I'm such a giver that I put myself through a lot of stupidity. But honestly, it was part of my journey. If it wasn't for that, I wasn't able to create a song that is actually out on all platforms called Selfish. And if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have an understanding or physically be able to write that song. It's say selfish for a reason. Sometimes you have to be selfish with yourself to be able
Wow.
to fulfill yourself, to be able to focus on that dream, to be able to just be in your bubble is
Wow.
very important.
Mm.
If you have somebody that's so encouraging and you keep, I heard it before. Oh, okay. You need to think about exactly who is your circle. Is someone going to be encouraging you, or is someone going to say, you know what, let's go to this party at
Mm.
11 p.m.,
Right.
come back at 5 in the morning,
Yeah.
and you go back to work?
Wow.
They don't care about you.
Right.
They don't care about what you're doing,
Right.
and they're not there for your future.
Mm.
So I'm very aware of that, and I dealt with that, through my journey. Like, I don't want people to take control of my life.
Wow. Wow.
I have to have control of myself. So just be control your environment,
Yes.
because we have the tendency of allowing people to control our environment, that we lose sight of what we really want.
Mm.
Because we letting so many people dive into your, you
Wow.
got a project? Don't talk about your project.
Mm.
You got a dream? Don't talk about the dream. I mean, finish the dream, finish the project,
Mhm.
and then announce it to people.
Wow.
Because some people have the tendency of
Yes.
using that against you,
Absolutely.
you controlling you,
Yes.
using for their benefit.
Wow.
That's why a lot of artists today, you know, I noticed that a lot of artists are, I'm trying to find the terminology, going to court
Mm.
because someone, took
Wow.
my song, or someone took my lyrics,
Right.
and
Right. Right.
someone,
Right. Right.
because you're not doing your homework. Second, you got the wrong people doing the job for you.
Mm.
You that's what I'm
Mm.
talking about. You got
I
to
hear
be
you.
mindful. You got to be mindful. So
Wow.
my encouragement is just focus on you, and
Wow.
everything will come together.
Wow. You heard it, y'all, from DJ Divine. I listen. I'm gonna keep saying it. But what I heard, spend time with you
Yep.
to get to know you first.
Yep. And everything will make sense.
You heard it. That's it. That's it. So and I've never heard the interpretation of selfish in the way that you described it.
Mm-hmm.
That's powerful.
Yeah,
It's not that you don't care for others, but you care enough for you first
absolutely.
that you can also be aware and be able to support and uplift. But you got to know who you are first,
Amen.
and what your capacity is, and what
Yep.
you're able to give.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. Now we okay. Let me
You
go. Let me
about to
go.
get something started.
So let's go. Listen, I got is there any part of your journey that you would change or do over again? And if yes, why?
Um, my journey. I honestly, I would do it all over again.
What?
Um,
Okay, okay.
I have to say, due to the loss of my father,
Hmm.
if it wasn't for him,
Right.
um, I
Hmm.
mean, ooh, okay. So where I was going with this, obviously, to be honest, I wouldn't, because I wouldn't have been where I'm at.
Right.
But as I'm trying to transition to like the people that I had history, the people that have been with me through all of this process, I will try to revisit that and build a relationship during that time frame.
Wow.
It's not what I've done.
Right.
It's not why, what I've done different, to be honest. It's the relationships in that time frame.
Wow.
Like I would love, I would have loved to go back and experience that time with my father.
Wow. Wow.
Sorry, got emotional.
Listen, that's okay. That's real.
Yeah,
That's real.
yeah,
And people appreciate people who can be honest,
yeah,
who can be transparent, because a lot of people can't because they're wearing masks.
yes,
Okay. That's all they do, wear masks and
absolutely.
not show the trueness of who they are. And that is the foundation that will be that helps us to be sustainable
Mm-hmm.
by being real.
Yep.
And guess what, DJ Vibe? It's less work. It's
Yeah.
it's harder to be somebody else.
I mean, God put you in a position to have your own, you have your own path for a reason, and
Yes.
taking somebody else path, it's so funny, like people so they be like, how can this person travel the world? How can this person have two parents? How can people have this and I don't have it? God gave you a different story.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
It's not your path.
Wow.
I'm sorry that you might feel that way, but it's not your path.
Mm,
Well, you have a path. I
yes.
have a path.
Mm.
So why get so hooked on what people have
Wow.
when you could be working hard to get something like, I wouldn't want to use my example, but but like you could be in this position. You could be in this position, but God has something else for you that might just be bigger than what I got going on.
Come on.
And you're so focused on what I got that you are missing out what you already have.
Ooh. Come on, GGD vibes. And listen, I tell people there is also a Best Director award. And guess what? You don't see them on the screen, do you?
No,
So it's not about being seen,
it's
it's
not.
about being purposed,
Correct.
right? And when you're purposed, it's not about the spotlight. It's about
Nope.
finding your calling and your assignment.
That's it.
Because guess what? If the person who got the keys don't open the door, ain't nobody getting in.
Exactly. If it's so easy, everybody will be doing it. My mom had throw that in my face so many times.
Yes,
Deanna, if it was easy, everybody will be doing it.
the
My
truth.
dad, he was a coach. He would say that to his players. If it was easy,
Yeah.
everybody will be doing it.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
I went through the I went for the tryout. I was like, if it was easy, I probably still would be playing. But I didn't go for it because I was tired,
wow.
and I was like, my legs can't do what they used to do.
Mm,
And you know, someone might have better skills than I have.
mm.
We all have different skills. We
Wow,
all
yes.
have different aspiration and goals, and that is just not meant for everybody else. That's why we're supposed to be unique in our own way.
Yes.
And nobody understand that because they don't dive in with themselves. They so in tune with everybody else is doing and not realizing you're not even in tune with yourself.
Wow. Wow.
I don't mention this, but I like to do stuff alone. I like to go to movies alone. I like to have dinners alone. I like to travel alone because I learned so much about myself. I realized I don't like to be on other people's time.
Wow. Wow.
I don't like to be on other people's time. And I don't like to hang out with certain people that can't afford the rest of the bill or pay for half of their bill.
Wow.
I can't go on a trip because they paying monthly on the trip and I pay the full amount on my trip. Like that comes with all of that, but that comes with progress and growth.
Wow.
Sorry if I'm speaking the truth, but that's the truth.
Listen, I'm waiting. Make sure you write. You need to pin The Rhythm of Life by DJ D Vibes.
I like that.
You need that. That is you know, just those nuggets of testimonials
Yes.
that you're sharing here to put that in words so that somebody can wow. So listen.
I know it's not for everybody.
No.
I know it can be confusing.
Yeah.
Even when I just interpret it, hey, I gave me chills a little bit. I was like, oh, you right about that. I don't want to hang out with somebody that can't afford a bill, their part, or whatever the case may be, because they didn't want to talk about it before we got in the trip.
Come
So
on
at the
now.
end of the day,
Wow.
so it's just like logistics that, you know, we human, man. We just human, and people like to sugarcoat and think themselves bigger than what they are. Come on now.
You are more than enough, just who you are.
Exactly. Literally.
Come on, listen. I got it. You know, it's one thing to aspire to the top of a space. It's another thing to be there. I gotta ask you, one thing to aspire to be the DJ of the Harlem Globetrotters and travel the world, but when you got the call, did you feel any level of pressure or level of expectations that you didn't feel prior to that moment?
I'm laughing because my father, he told me I would be pressing buttons. And it makes me laugh now because it's like, I never forget when I told him, I remember when he came to the game, I said, yeah, Dad, am I still pressing just buttons? He started laughing. He said, hey, you got where you got it. You got where you at. But if it wasn't for that,
Wow.
it wouldn't probably encourage me to go do it.
Wow. Wow.
If it wasn't for his remark of saying it's just pressing the button,
Pressing buttons.
wow. I wouldn't have the courage because I would have been so focused. You know, I would have been focused on something else. I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta do what? I got you know, I would have been out of place. But if it wasn't for his, you know, saying what he said, I wouldn't probably have the encouragement. So I'm really grateful and blessed that he said that because now I can see what's in front of me. Because if I didn't go for it, I would have never, you know. So obviously the experience was not pressing the button.
Wow.
It
Wow.
wasn't just the button. It's more. It's more to it. And if you want to know about it, you will have to come to the game.
Come on, y'all. Buy a ticket.
If you want to see what we do as a DJ for the Harlem Globetrotters, purchase that ticket. Come see this magical game. Come join us and see what pressing a button could do for you.
I love it, DJ. Listen, that you got to make that a chapter in your book.
Oh my God, that is
You
hilarious.
have to make that.
I don't know where that came from.
She was animated too. It ain't just about pressing the button.
Press the button, anime. Press the button, anime.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Listen, but I'm so grateful that you know you are just, I just love your I just love the realness of you. I just love because that's what we're missing today.
Yes.
We're missing all of that, and everybody is. I just want to just I love that. Tell me about the commitment, because I'm big on this thing, right? They see people at the top of this, and I say this mountain because there's more destined for. It's not just that top of this mountain at the moment, but they don't know what goes into it. They don't know the tears and the sweat and the struggle and the hours of. Tell us about your commitment to DJing, your commitment to music, your commitment to you and to your purpose, and that how do you what has brought you here? How many like are you practicing? Are you studying? Are you watching are you listening to other? Tell us about the commitment, whether it's daily, weekly, but tell me about the routine, if you have one, that you go through that allows you to maintain the level of excellence that you present.
I try not to get too specific.
Okay. All right.
But being a part with the Harlem Globetrotters, it takes a special kind of person to be a part of it. At any level.
Yeah.
I can definitely say that the experience is challenging, yet incredibly fulfilling.
Wow.
I have traveled extensively, but sometimes I can stay for 6 months or even longer on the road.
Wow.
And you will never know when you are in need to be somewhere. They can message you right away.
Wow.
But it once again it can be challenging, but it's part of the journey. If you can't commit to something, what are you doing?
Wow. 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 Wow.
If you can't commit,
yeah,
you don't need to be in this field. If you can't commit to yourself, just in general,
come on now. Yes.
what are you doing?
Wow.
So, through my journey, don't get me wrong, I'm nowhere perfect. No one is. And I have to say, my mom was on me at a young age. And she always encouraged me, like, D, what you gonna do, girl? What is inspiring you? What are you committing to? Like, what is, what do you want to be remembered when you leave?
Wow.
And that's how I look at it. And even with the loss of my father, the way he stamped, when I say stamp, I mean stamp. The way he stamped, what I meant, like, like the way he just left.
Yes.
And left his mark. And the way I see so much people praising him because he's loving, he's caring. He would give his last to somebody. He would, if you need a place to stay, if you need a ride, if you want to go see a game, that right there with his mindset and the fact that I was I'm not learned, but I was learning through him, like,
yes.
this is the type of person I want to be.
Wow. Wow.
I want to be able to help. I want to be able to do stuff. I want to be able to encourage.
Right.
So if you don't get that if you don't get something that inspires you, what's the point of living? I might be wrong for saying this, but kind of, I mean, it's like you're wasting your life. Life is already one thing. So the day my dad's funeral, my pastor, Pastor McKnight, shout out to Pastor McKnight, love Kingdom Fellowship. My dad loved his pastor. And he said something that, you know, hit me. Everybody has a time. Everybody has a due date. Let me rephrase that. Everybody has a due date. It's a matter of what you do from now on. Like, it really matters.
It does.
Because once that time is gone, how are people going to remember you of? And due to my dad, people, and even to now, cry and tell me stories how this human being, this 6'8" loving human being, inspired me and loved me when he didn't know nothing about me and helped me through something that.
Love it. He made a mark.
He made a mark.
He made a mark.
And I'm grateful for that. And I'm living, you know, I'm grateful. I love it. I love hearing every story. You know, people, sometimes I know that grieving goes in different ways, and some people don't want to say something that might hurt my feelings or get me emotional. But I'm all for it. Tell me the stories. Tell me what my father did. Tell me. I want to hear it all.
Yes.
Because when you at your greatness, when you such a great person, and you don't tell people what you doing, if you ain't telling people this every step you're doing, that just shows you how humble this person is.
Yes.
And I admire that, because my mom is the same way. Like, I don't speak of everything that I do. I just do it.
Wow. Yeah.
Sorry, Nike. I just do it.
I love it. Oh my goodness.
I ain't trying to take no credit.
Hey, listen.
But yeah. Yes, and you know, it's so interesting. Even me and my best friend, people didn't know about this. She has a why people. Oh Jesus, I'm so sorry, sis. People Gotta Eat. I hope I'm saying it right. Her organization is People Gotta Eat. And around Thanksgiving, Christmas, me and her will be in the house making 100 platters. 100 platters. Mind you, it's coming more out of her pocket, but obviously I was helping her, you know, giving whatever I was in need of giving. And we would go between 7 or 8 p.m. and feed the homeless.
Wow.
With 100 platters of food.
Beautiful.
Go out. You don't see us taking pictures. You don't see us doing videos.
Right.
You know, and there's no shade to people that does that, but it just shows that you don't have to prove anybody.
Wow.
To get the message across.
Right.
The only person you need to is God. Okay.
Wow. I don't know if you going into ministry or not.
I don't know. It's getting me there. I got the holy water right now.
Listen, I don't know y'all, but I do know this. I hear things and I see things. So when I hear certain expressions or certain demonstrations of who people are, as I told you, the book, or whether it's going to be the movie about your life, you are making a mark.
Thank you.
You are so welcome, because you are. And your father, even though I never knew him, I can tell he influenced you so much. And I can see where the humility, the caring, and the love, and the heart for others is there. While knowing the importance of taking the time for you first.
Yes.
So that we can be in a better place to help do what we've been called to do. Because I can't give what I don't have, or I can't give what I know I don't, or don't realize I have. So it's important that I know who I am first and be able to be grounded in that, so that when the winds come and the words come and may not be so positive, it don't change me. In matter of fact, it empowers me.
Exactly.
So thank you, Dad. Thank you, Dad.
Thank you for this. Thank you for the space of allowing me to, you know, speak on things that I mean, I don't know about everybody else. I talk to myself every day as much as I can. And, you know, not many people know how to appreciate people for their, you know, like, everybody has their own opinion.
Right.
What I'm saying, it might not cross you. It might not, you know, you might not get where I'm coming from, but I get it. This is my experience. This is my journey for a reason. And it takes other people to speak on certain things for people to understand. So, you know, I'm just really grateful. That's all. I'm very
we're grateful. We are grateful for you. And so listen, I gotta you talked about your world and your circle being in one hand. And if you don't want to go down this road, you can let me know. But I know sometimes when people reach certain levels or certain spaces in life, or even acquiring certain titles in life, especially if they're being recognized and they're being, that sometimes the people in our space, they change.
Yeah.
They treat you differently, and not that they are intentional. It's just something that happens where whether they think you owe you all that now, or you want that, or they have certain different expectations now that you at a certain level.
Yeah.
Again, without whatever you're willing to share, but have you experienced at any part of your journey that people you thought were kind of close and were good, that sometimes they looked at you differently now because of where God has you now?
Yes. Okay. I honestly, I feel like it's so much that entails into that. Yeah. Wow. My motto: people come and people go. Wow. And those that's going to stick, you will never miss. You just once they're around you, wow, you know who is really meant to be in your circle.
Wow. Yes.
And your energy. If you know your energy, you know when you're talking to someone and your energy is not on the level that you expected, does that say something? Yes. The room shifted. Like, what's going on? Wow. So it's important to be mindful who you're talking to.
I know that's right.
So, and me personally, I don't speak on a lot of things. I don't open up easily. If you ask me, I'll answer. No problem. But me personally, I take my energy very serious. And it took me a long time to get to this point. Because I realized throughout my career, people was always leeching.
Wow.
People always wanted something. Wow. Oh, you got $5? All right, I got you. Oh, you want to go out to eat? what I say. You want to go out to eat, and the check comes.
Mm-hmm.
What's up? What we doing?
Mm.
Oh, I only. Okay, but you invited me out.
Come on now.
Okay.
Come on.
Or I'm constantly offering. I'm offering and offering, but you're not offering. Got it.
Wow. Wow.
Hey, you got tickets? No, I don't have tickets. But you can. So
Mm-hmm.
what to say if people didn't understand where I'm coming from is like,
Wow.
you really, once again, have to be in tune with yourself to be able to get through this lifestyle.
Wow.
Not even calling it professional or whatever. This lifestyle, this journey, this path, you
Yes.
have to humble yourself.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just like Barack Obama, that picture when he was shaking his hand, I'm shaking his hand. He was, what was he? Sorry, certain words can slip out, but I think he was mopping. What's the terminology? When someone cleans the facility.
You mean a janitor like?
Janitor. Oh my God, I can't think of that word for nothing. I saw this beautiful picture of Barack Obama interacting with the Jesus, the word slipped out again. The
A
janitor.
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 Uh-huh.
And you'll see people in the back that might be more important than a janitor.
Mm.
But he gave his time.
Yes.
He smiled. The janitor smiled. And where I'm trying to say, just because people are on a different level doesn't mean you got to put your focus on them. The janitor might have certain aspirations and goals, just like this person that's on a whole different level.
Wow.
But his level started. His is just beginning. And he's taking a process to get to that level. So what I'm trying to say is like, just because I'm on this route or this cycle of life, I would never change. I have been knowing many people, and they always say, Deanna, you never change.
I love it.
Did
Wow.
I change my mentality? Did I change the way I do things? Yes.
Right.
But my aura, the way I speak to people, the way I come to people, the
Yes.
way I walk through those doors with confidence and love,
Yes.
I would never change. Why change something that never was, you know?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So at the end of the day, that's just me. I'm sorry if I'm prolonging the
No.
question.
Mm-mm.
It's just you gotta be at peace whatever door you go through.
Wow. Wow.
You
Wow.
know?
Yes. Yes.
And if you don't know, yes, that's what I'm always saying. You have to know yourself.
Yes.
If you don't know yourself,
Mm.
how you gonna be able to go through a room with celebrities
Mm.
that are on a whole different platform, and then you just came in the room? What you gonna do?
Right.
If I had the opportunity to meet Rihanna, Adele, Sade, these are the artists that I inspired.
Right.
Michael Jackson.
Mm.
If I came in a room, I would still be myself.
Powerful.
I can literally say that. Obviously, I'll be excited,
Sure.
but I'm not about to lose my mind and over here trying to take pictures and pictures and pictures. I would want to sit next to them. Just the way you asking me questions, I would love to ask the same questions. What inspired you? What can you help me as an artist to
Right.
get to your level? What encouragement? What steps do it takes to
Mm.
be this successful?
Wow.
That's what I would do if I was in that room.
Listen, that is a powerful place
Yeah.
to know that you will remain the same,
Yes.
but still have an aspiration to grow.
Yes.
And I love that about you.
Thank you.
I love the fact that it's knowing who you are, and not feeling the room is bigger than what your purpose is. That if that's where it's brought you to,
Yep.
then you have been equipped and qualified, despite what other people might think. You have been qualified for that space. So thank you.
Thank you
For that.
Thank you.
No, listen, and I want to ask you, because you have had so many, I'm sure, opportunities. Be like, hey, I am, but I want to ask you, like, what is it like to be the first? I thought about the movie Hidden Figures, and there's a quote in the movie that talks about you being the first. What would it be like being the first? And to be because I read your bio on IG, to be the first, I'm gonna say, y'all, the first international female DJ for the Harlem Globetrotters, the world renowned. What does that feel like? Because nobody else can feel that.
No.
Nobody in the world, nobody in the universe can feel that but you. What can you just, in any way possible, tell us what that feels like?
It feels I can honestly say I don't know how that feels.
Wow.
I can literally say that. Yes, is an amazing. Yes, it's outstanding. And I can say all these big words or give you this picture. To be honest, I wouldn't even know how it really feels. Because I'm still trying to figure my element. I'm still trying to figure out how to become a better DJ for the Harlem Globetrotters, for myself. And I'm still figuring my element. Yeah. So yeah, like I could say all these things, but for me personally, I don't know. Yes, it sounds amazing when the MC says it. Yes, when someone comes up to me, oh, you're an international. Yes, it's a good feeling, but that's is once you figure out your element, I know once I feel in my element, I know. I definitely felt in my element when I was in Mexico, because I love the Hispanic music. I love how people like the salsa, and they just know how to have a good time. The music is not ratchet, none of that. It is just beautiful tango music, Latin music. Everybody just enjoying themselves. And I never forget the end of the night. Actually, during, before the show started, I played a song, and I had all the females come on the court, and they was just dancing. I think I picked about 6 ladies, and they just started dancing on the court, just having a good old time, like we was just at some event. And that was my element. I felt my element. I felt like, oh my God, I was supposed to be here. Wow, I was supposed to be here. This is so cool. At first, I didn't think I could handle this pressure, being able to go to these, but I was in my element. And everybody was just smiling, having a good old time. And then when I went back to my job, and then at the end of the night, same thing. I had this beautiful. It's actually on my Instagram. There was this couple. They just started dancing and they went crazy. I was like, oh my God, I got to keep this song going.
Wow.
Because they was in their element. They was like, I haven't heard this song in forever, and I would have never thought that you was going to play this the end of the night.
let me just say this. I'm a when I watch movies, I hear different messages,
Yes.
and I take them away. Like I actually literally sometimes repeat them when I'm talking to people, or I say,
Mhm.
when I asked you about being the first, and your response was like, I don't know. But it brought back to me the moment in the movie The Equalizer 3.
Ah,
And
that's my movie.
when the doctor asked Denzel, am I a good man, or are you a good
Yes.
man?
I remember that.
And he said, I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know if I'm a,
Yeah.
and the doctor came back and said, you know, um, in so many words, that's how I knew that you were.
Mm.
That's how I knew. And your response, DJ Vibes, let me know that that said more to me about you than you going off and trying to express different words and phrase
Yeah.
emotional. But that moment is such a significant moment of a response that says to me, you are special.
Thank you.
You are unique.
Thank you.
You are divinely created for
Thank
this moment, this space.
you.
Um, and thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
I have to ask you, you know, because in this world that we live in, right, there's like, you know, male, female. Do you have you ever felt? Do you like see yourself as a female? Like, I don't know if there's male dominated DJs, female. Like, I don't know what the ratio is, or is it more male, more female, or is it rare that there's a female DJ? I mean, I don't know, but um, do you feel any pressure as being a female DJ? And I ask it because I know sometimes whether it's gender or race or ethnicity, culture, right? Sometimes there's an added level of pressure that if you're the first, you know, African American, or the first Hispanic, or the first, you know, that sometimes in certain spaces people feel pressure because they have to perform, right? Because the expectation from others is so great, and like, oh, well, no, she's not going to be that good, right? Do you ever feel like there was pressure in your journey to perform in a certain level at all, given who you are?
Um, for a second, I was going to say no because what's for you is for you. And, you know, this DJ world, I didn't know how big it was until I got involved.
Wow.
I didn't even realize how many females are out there that are pursuing the same dream as me.
Right, right.
Um, I know obviously men, but female in general,
Mhm.
I'm loving how we are coming out and showing out.
Mhm.
Everybody that I have witnessed or been around with are they have a different um uh they just in their own I'm gonna say it one more time, in their element. They just, you know, it's such a beautiful thing how people put themselves in their element. I'm sorry if I'm using that word a lot,
No,
but it's very important,
yes.
and me personally, I'm into Afro music. I'm into tech, back home in Portugal. So it's just like coming here, I had to learn a different element.
Right.
I had to learn all this genre music of hip hop, this generation,
Mhm.
not back in the day with Tupac and Biggie.
Right,
I
right, right,
had
right,
to learn, I
right,
had to learn this
right.
quality music that I don't listen to.
Mm. Wow.
And it was getting frustrating for me. I will never forget, I called my mom. I said, Mom, I can't do this. I'm just being truthful. I was like, I don't like this kind of music. um, And my mom was like, do figure it out. You got it. Like, figure out, try to twist it around if you can, so that they are happy and you're happy.
Yes.
So once I figured that out, I was like, okay, I'm all right. I just was having a little phase. All right. Sometimes you just have to go through it, and sometimes you just have to, just listen. And sometimes we get head over ourselves, and we overthink so much, and it can be the most littlest thing. So I was just happy that she was encouraging me, and it's just like, it's okay. I know you don't listen to that kind of music, but you're gonna get through it.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and because I don't like the whole musics that are, about females and their bodies and all this curse words. It drives me nuts, by the way. Um, I'm into jazz. I'm into gospel music. I'm into hip hop in the 90s and 80s and 90s and 70s musics, disco music. I'm into that genre. Sometimes I feel like I'm in the wrong genre. I feel like I'm in the wrong generation, to be
You're in the
honest with
wrong
you.
time zone.
But
Yes, yes, yes.
and that's just what makes me unique. And I can actually say that you learn from just experience. And if it wasn't for that,
Yes.
I wouldn't be able to handle it now.
Wow. Wow. This has been truly a wonderful journey with you and learning about you.
Thank you.
I thank you for being honest, being open, transparent. I'm gonna ask the question, but not that you're gonna answer it, because you don't already said don't tell everybody everything, and I get it. But is there anything that you would like to share that's on your vision board, something that you aspire to?
My vision board is so interesting. I have so much. I actually have a vision board back home. And it's funny, on my vision board is like a house, a boat, a car, a, an RV, and and it's so unique about the vision board, because honestly, you in the process of manifesting your future.
Yes.
And it's amazing how what I envision on my board, I can say 50% it came true.
Wow.
And I do encourage people to actually do an vision board. And it don't have to be displayed, even if you have it on your phone and just create something.
Yes.
And it's just amazing how much that vision board and how life has just, circle around and just like show me a different way of life.
Yes.
And, I hope I'm answering your question, but yeah, like, the vision board, what things that are still in the process of manifesting is just, I'm working on projects.
All right.
I ain't gonna speak on it.
Yep.
You're gonna have to see it when it's done. All right.
You're gonna see it, you're gonna hear it, all of that.
Yes.
Yes, I love it. I love it. And I love the fact that I tell people, always have a vision set before you.
Yes.
Have always something that you can aspire to, because it's a space that allows you to stay focused.
Yeah.
And not get distracted.
Yeah, exactly.
There's
it's important.
Oh yes, there's a reason why they put blinders on the races, right? So don't get distracted by what's next to them.
Nope.
That forward. That's their destination.
Yep, that's what's important. Absolutely. And honestly, with the vision board, or just even writing stuff on a piece of paper.
Yes.
Like I said, I'm big on manifestation. So, just writing down your set goals, but write it down like you already have it.
Come on now. Come on, DJ. D Vibes. Come on.
You know,
Come on.
it's so crazy, you know, before I even got the job, I wrote on a piece of paper. I can't recall how I wrote it, but I said, thank you for this position for the Harlem Globetrotters. Thank you for being the best DJ for the Harlem Globetrotters. You know, I was already manifesting something that was already happening, but it didn't happen until it happened.
Come on
Ooh,
now. Come on.
okay, okay. You hear me? No, so, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
that's why it's important to speak over yourself. It's important to put knowledge into yourself in a sense of like encourage you.
Yes.
You only have you. You
Come on.
don't have a twin. You don't, you know, the mirror don't, you know, like you only have yourself. So try to inspire yourself.
Wow.
Try to, you know, be like, hey, let me start now.
Wow.
You know, so
Well, listen, I don't have a applause button, so I'm gonna give you the real
we're
applause.
gonna get it next time.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna give you the real applause. I don't want the fake claps. I want the real claps. So,
That's hilarious.
listen, you know, I'm always trying to encourage people follow their dream, to try to be a light of inspiration. And so if you came across that young person or this person in general who didn't quite believe that their dreams could actually come to pass, I know, write the vision, right, make it plain. And what would you say to them to encourage them to not give up on their dreams?
The same one my mom always tell me. If it's in your heart, do not stop pursuing
Wow.
your dreams.
Wow.
I think it's very important to, you know, appreciate your dream. Obviously, we all humans and we have so much around us. And I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. Go for it. I was a basketball player. I became a model. I did acting. I'm doing singing. Now I'm a DJ that I never knew that was a part. I didn't know that. I didn't realize that was a talent of mine.
Wow. Wow.
That talent just came. I mean, it took a lot of work to get it
Wow.
running,
Wow.
but you
Yes.
know, I'm so grateful that when I was in that mindset, I didn't listen to everybody. Oh, I'm sorry, mom. I'm gonna put a little shade in you. Like she always say, you gotta focus on one thing. Everybody used to tell me, you gotta focus on one thing.
Wow.
Yes, in a sense, once you find that spark. But me personally, if it wasn't for me to try it all, how I'm supposed to know what really is meant for me?
Wow.
And that's
Wow.
why I'm grateful for the experiences that I had. Because now I can be like, oh, DJ, I like it. Music as a singer, I still love it. And to this day, I'm still writing. And, you know, just literally go for it.
Yes.
Nothing is stopping you but yourself.
Wow. Listen,
I'm gonna clap that for myself.
come on. I love it. Oh, I love it. I love it because I get the sense that something like these aren't prescripted. Like this is you.
Yes.
This is, and I love that because sometimes you're like, sometimes I think you shock yourself with what comes out of your mouth, what you say sometimes. But I love it. I love that about you because, wow. Well, okay. Before I go, is there any more that you want to? I mean, we've talked about a lot around this journey.
Yes, we sure did.
Is there more that you want to share with us? I mean, again, I mean, the floor is yours. I just have a couple more questions at the end I want to ask you, but but is there more you want to share with us about your journey? I'll
Um,
give you the mic.
oh, I got the mic now.
Yes.
When you pray for dreams or whatever your religion is, that's also another thing. You got to be mindful, you know. Just be ready because you might get more than what you have prayed for.
Wow.
And I am on an amazing journey, and at times still seems so surreal to me. It's just important to stay grounded during this any journey that you're experiencing, and also remember to value the aspects of life beyond your career,
Wow.
because I know that can take a lot of your time. We're so caught up with money, with work, and we get so tied up that we lose sight of everything around us. And I know I mentioned that before, like, appreciate your family.
Yes.
Call on your loved ones. If you have bridges that haven't broke when you're not talking to someone because of something they did, and we all human, we all learning, we all been through stuff. Stop looking on one side. You're not perfect.
That's right.
And I'm so grateful that I was able to lay everything when my dad was alive.
Wow.
I said what I had to say to my dad. And it's amazing that I had the opportunity to speak to him the day of his passing.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So due to Portugal time difference, we are 5 hours ahead. I was able to speak to my father for almost 20 minutes. I went to sleep, got the phone call the next day, and I'm not really acknowledged. I'm sleeping. I'm tired. And I'll say about 10, 11 in the morning, that's when I found out about my father. And automatically, prior to the situation, I asked God to prepare myself. I told God to prepare myself, whatever is coming in my way that I don't see.
Wow.
And I stood by it, and I stood by him. That we can be blaming, we can be mad, we can be asking why this, why that, and it don't matter. It doesn't. Now is a matter of what you're going to do forward.
Right, right.
So that's all I have to say.
Well, listen, I love that. I felt every word.
Thank you.
And I know your dad is so proud of you.
Thank you.
I know he is so proud of you. I mean, to witness you becoming and still becoming the amazing Deanna Lima Richmond,
Thank you.
aka DJ Divine.
Okay, now keep it going.
So I know, and I can only imagine your mother and your entire family. You've talked about so many people along your journey. But I want to give you space. Is there anyone else that you want to, or there's anyone that you want to give any special acknowledgments to at this time?
My family. And I have to say family because there's so many of them. You know, this is a difficult time. I had my moment regarding my father, but I know everybody is also feeling it. And and it's going to get harder and harder, but it will get better and better.
Wow. Wow.
And for me to be in the position I am, in terms of grieving and through the process, I'm living through him.
Wow.
So nothing can break me. So whatever you're doing, do it with purpose, do it with love, and be what he wants you to be. You know, my dad sees through greatness in people.
Wow.
That's all he would admire. Oh, that person, they're gonna go far. Oh, he's gonna. Oh, that's how my dad was operating, and he would want that for all of us.
Yes.
You know, he's in a great place. I'm happy for him. So yeah.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. Again, I put your social media IG handle in the broadcast, but is there anywhere else where people can find you on social media if they want to support?
Yes.
Yes, please give us all your handles.
Okay. I do have a website. It has all my information on there. It's kind of weird how it's written, but if you go to bio dot site, SITE, few dashes, 1 or 2 dashes, and then you're gonna put Isjustdeanna, ISJUST, Deanna, DEANNA. That is my website. All my music is on there. I also do t-shirts. I also love to do logos. I love to be very creative. What else is on there? Oh yeah, my YouTube. Everything is just on that website. But feel free to follow me on Instagram at Isjustdeanna or DJD Vibes. Everything is pretty much the same through most of my social media. Deanna Richmond. You should be able to find this light-skinned person. All righty. You can't miss me. You can't miss me.
Wow. Well, I thank you. Any final words that you want? I'm sorry, any concluding and final words you want to give us before we get ready to close this broadcast, which has been a joy for me. But I'll give my final words in a moment. But any final words you want to share with us before we get ready to close?
I want to thank you. Thank you for the opportunity of something that I didn't know I needed. Got a little shaked up right there. But anyway, came back. No, just thank you for the opportunity to voice my opinion, to allow me to speak on things that I didn't realize it was important to speak on. This platform is absolutely amazing. Your spirit is amazing. I'm honored. I hope everybody felt the same energy as we felt the same one another. Yeah, I'm just super grateful, and I pray that your journey continues and that God continues to bless you.
Thank you so much. Everybody, listen, as I said, Deanna, Lima, Richmond, aka DJD Vibes, thank you so much for this honor, this privilege. You don't know, I don't want to start the crying, but you don't know how much.
So when?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, just from dust in my eyes. How much this moment has meant to me. And I thank God for you. I thank God for just sharing your light and allowing us to see a little bit into how that light has become such a glowing joy and inspiration to the world and everyone you meet. Thank you for continuing to plant those seeds, the seeds in the life of others, knowing that they can grow despite what may have been. I had a dream, but you know what? My journey changed and the pathway changed, but it didn't stop the destiny of what I was destined for. And so sometimes you don't see that pathway because I'm looking this way, but the detour shows you another way that maybe you were destined for in the beginning anyway. So it is understanding that everything has purpose in our life.
Absolutely.
It may feel good, it may not feel good, but understanding that it's making you. It's not breaking you, it's making you.
Making you. Yeah.
And so I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for sharing just a glimpse. I don't know because I wasn't, but thank you for sharing a glimpse into the joy and the hope and the inspiration that you are.
Thank you.
Miss Deanna, Lima, Richmond,
Thank
aka
you.
TJD Vibes.
Thank you.
I thank you. I thank you. This will be remembered for the rest of my journey of, and I thank you so much because you are, words can't even describe.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
How amazing and awesome you are.
Thank you.
So I'm not even going to try.
Oh,
But
that's
thank you.
awesome.
Thank you for being a light in this world,
Thank
for
you.
being an angel, for being priceless, and for just pouring into all of us.
Thank
Thank
you
you so
so
much.
much. I appreciate you. And one thing from
Yes.
everybody that is out there, I saw something on television and it just stuck to me. It says, no dream is out of reach if you're willing to work for it.
Wow.
That stuck to me, and I hope that stuck to somebody. That this right now, what I'm doing is something that I normally try to stay away from doing. But I trusted God. I said, you know what? It's time. So the fact that this platform, this beautiful platform that you created, I'm blessed and I'm grateful. And, you know, I hope to inspire people and continuously to inspire people. And there's so much more to come. Okay, now that's all I got to say.
There you go. Listen, well, we're gonna end on that note, everyone. Again, please let's give it up for Deanna, Lima, Richmond, aka DJ D Vibes. Listen, y'all, thank you so much. Follow her journey. Listen, buy them tickets. I gotta get mine too. Buy them tickets. Go out there and see her and this amazing Harlem Globetrotters and all that they bring to this world, the joy, the love, and the laughter.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Listen, everybody, you know my motto. Dream, take that step, walk with purpose into your destiny. Thank you so much. This is Inspiration with Troy Alexander. Go get that dream. Thank you so much, DJ D Vibes. Thank you so much. Have a
Thank
great
you.
night.
Bye.